What's up, Chicago? My name is Brandon Johnson, and I'm a proud member of the Chicago Teachers Union. I am also proud to be the Cook County Commissioner of the 1st District. Welcome to the west side of Chicago. This moment has been brought to you by the largest political resistance that we've seen in a generation. For those that have taken us for granted for the last 35 years, the Chicago Teachers Union and SEIU, we're saying enough is enough. We're not going to turn back now. We're going to secure a contract that works for every single child in the city of Chicago. There's a nurse coming to your school. There's a social worker coming to your school. There's a librarian coming to your school. There's small class sizes coming to your school. And there's pay equity for our low-wage earners that are mostly black and brown women. We are going to secure economic justice today. Let this be a clear message to the power structure that is afraid to do right by people. You can't run on a message that you can't deliver on. And if you're not going to deliver it, we'll deliver it for you. It is my honor and privilege to introduce you all to one of the most dynamic leaders and present the most dynamic leaders in the entire country. She is the American Federation of Teachers president. Come on, Chicago, CTU, SEIU, make her feel real good, Randy Weingarten.
So, Chicago, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Do teachers want what children need? I want to make sure people in back hear this. Teachers want. Repeat after me. Teachers want.
Teachers want.
What children need.
What children need.
Teachers want.
Teachers want.
What children deserve.
What children deserve.
That's why we are out here.
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 And look, it took 5 days of the rain in LA for the LA teachers and paraprofessionals to win their strike. We are here regardless of Chicago wind or rain or sun. We are out, or snow. We are out here going to win this strike because teachers want what children deserve. What? You get up with me.
Down in front.
So, I have someone I am about to introduce. Before I do that, I just want to make sure, does everybody see who's next to me? She's a little taller. Brandon's taller, Elizabeth's taller. But we have here, I got a text this morning from Mary Kay Henry, who's the president of SEIU, sending her blessings, sending her love, and saying to all of us, CTU and SEIU, fight on. We have Dan Montgomery, the head of the IFT, who's here. We have the city treasurer, Melissa, who has been with us every step of the way. We have Alderman Matt Martin, who is here as well. We have, as you see, your amazing bargaining team and your amazing president, Jesse Sharkey. I feel like I have been in Chicago so much in the last few weeks that I probably have to start paying property taxes. And it would help, and I would do it if it meant we could get a contract. But the bottom line is this, and then I'm going to introduce our special guest. Sorry, we have 2 more elected officials. State Senator Don Harmon. Water Reclamation Congratulations, Justina Moretta, and I am sorry if I have mispronounced anybody's names. English is my second language, and I don't have a first. So the bottom line is this. You are out here today, as you were last week, as we said to the mayor last Monday, because at the end of the day, we are trying to get what students need. And it shouldn't have taken, as Jesse said, to the brink of a strike in order to have real negotiations. There were more negotiations in the first 2 days of the strike than in the last 10 months. That's what's wrong about this bargaining process. The CTU and SEIU Local 73 put all these demands out there 10 months ago to get to the schools our kids deserve. And that is why we are out here. But there are a lot of people who are supporting you. There were 62,000 of our members on a phone call Wednesday night supporting you. There are virtual pickets all over the place. No, I think they need, yeah. Perfect. Thank you, sweetheart. There are virtual pickets all over the country because people understand that you can't teach a class with 50 kids in it. People understand that guidance counselors should be doing counseling, not substitute teaching. People understand that we say restorative justice, it's not 2 words, it's actually a program and a practice. People understand that we should not be fighting just to keep the 20 community schools, but we need to have the 25,000 community schools that Elizabeth Warren has talked about. People understand that if you are asthmatic, you have to make sure a nurse is in a school every single day. Your asthma attack doesn't wait for the nurse to be there. So there are several people running for president that do understand this. And one of them, give me a second. One of them is not just standing next to me, but I want to just say something about her. Yesterday, I know this senator as a teacher, as a mother, as a senator, as someone who was actually fighting every day to make sure students with student loans get a fair deal instead of Navient or Fed loan. I have watched her fight in the Senate. I had watched her fight to make sure that Wall Street doesn't keep on rigging the economy. But yesterday, she actually surprised me because we have talked for a long time, not just about higher ed, not just about healthcare, but about K-12. And she has said often, remember, I was a teacher. I was a special needs teacher. And Elizabeth Warren put out a plan yesterday that's not just a plan. Elizabeth Warren put out a transformational strategy yesterday to turn America around by giving all of our kids hope and aspiration and opportunity. A plan that basically says, as she walks into Chicago today, that says that paraprofessionals and teachers and bus drivers need to have the voice every single day, whether it is Chicago or Kentucky, through collective bargaining. That says we shouldn't just have 20 community schools, but 48 million kids in America have trauma. We need to have 25,000 community schools. That says we need to actually make sure that the kids who need the most get the most. The promises of IDEA must be kept. The promises of Title I must be kept. She gets it, and I am so glad that candidate Elizabeth Warren for president, that Senator Elizabeth Warren, if Senator Warren is in the White House, We wouldn't need to be in the streets. We will be in our schools making America what it ought to be. Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Brandon. Thank all of you. I'm here to stand for America's public schools. I'm here to stand with Chicago teachers. I'm here to stand with Chicago nurses. I'm here to stand with Chicago's librarians. I'm here to stand with Chicago's bus drivers. I'm here to stand with the low-wage workers in the Chicago schools. I'm here to stand with every one of the people who stand for our children every day. Everyone in America should support you in this strike. And the reason is because when you go out and fight, you don't just fight for yourselves, you fight for the children of this city and the children of this country. I believe in public education, and I believe it is time in America to make a new investment in public education. And I got a plan for that. America's public schools need a partner in Washington. Not a partner who's going to tell them what to do. Not a partner who's going to do high-stakes testing. Not a partner who's going to pinch pennies. But a partner who's going to be there to back you up in the critically important work you do every day. And for me, that starts with an $800 billion investment in our public schools. It starts with quadrupling our federal funding for Title I schools. Let's level the playing. It starts with full funding for IDEA for all of our children who are in special education. And it starts with a grant to every single public school in this country so that that public school can decide how to spend the money that it needs to provide the first-rate education for the children it has. For me, this is all about good partnership because I believe in you. I believe in the work you do every day. A long time ago, I stood where you stand. I was there on the front lines with the children. I remember what it was like to see a child's eyes light up. I remember what it was like to be able to give just a little extra encouragement to a child. I remember what it was like to be one of the most important people in a child's life. And I want to say to every one of you, whatever part you have in this, thank you for all you do every single day. I also am here to stand with our unions, to stand with SEIU, to stand with CTU. And here's why. Because the unions are how we have a voice. The unions are how we have power. The unions are how we make sure that the needs of every one of our children are heard loud and clear. So today, I'm here because the eyes of this nation are upon you. They have turned to Chicago for you to lead the way, for you to show how the power of standing together is the power of making real change in this country. The nation turns to you to show how people who fight from the heart, people who are told, quit now, give up, don't give up, they stay in the fight for what they believe, and they change the course of American history. So this is it. This is our fight. Our fight to stand together. Are you going to stand together and fight? Our fight to stand for our children. Are you going to fight for our children? And our fight for America's future. Are you ready to fight for America's future? Then we will win and America's children will win. Thank you.
Senator Elizabeth Warren, Chicago.